Hey guys, how's it going? So, another week, another mobile suit. And we already knew what it was, but here we go. Here it is. It is here. The Geymalk. Really awesome. Um, Before we go into that though, one of the biggest things that I would have to point out for this patch, if I can find the right page here. Yes, there's a ton. We're going to try to go through this as quickly as possible. Some of this we're going to be skimming over. But the big thing here that I think is huge is right now, and if you go look at all your parts, it looks like the rank requirement is private second class, level 1, which is, I think, literally what you start out day 1. So I don't know what's going on, if this is a limited thing, but if they just went ahead and gave everybody the ability to buy all the parts right out the gate, this is like one of the best things ever. This complete game changer. Like, that's one of my biggest complaints for new players, is that they've not been able to do this. So I don't see anything here about a time limit or whatever. So if this is an actual change, then let's do some squish on the rank requirement for suits as well, please. Because why would that be a limiting factor? I mean, I could see it for like maybe up to corporal, but I mean, once you get to that, like, you're talking, depending on how casual somebody plays, you're talking for like master sergeant, like a month, maybe 3, depending on how casual somebody's playing, maybe even longer. So yeah. But anyway, game on. Here we go. So I'll go ahead and play the weapons here now that we've got to see it in action. It's pretty cool. I am a fan. I definitely want the suit. I did not get it, sadly, but I've got to destroy plenty of them with my Mark II Cubile that I got a few weeks ago. So there we go. That, I haven't seen too many people utilize that. I don't know if they stagger well enough or what's missing, but I was kind of hoping that would be kind of like a bishop and work kind of like a bishop. So I don't even know if they charge, because I don't think we see a charge thing there. Essentially, the mother funnels just work like follow funnels from the Cubile. Again, they don't seem to be like doing crazy damage, but it's probably good just against generals, so fair enough. Probably same thing with the hands. What I see a lot is people trying to do the beam barf, and yeah, that thing chunks. I think someone had a screenshot where they were doing like 10k on a suit, like I think it was a Cubile actually, but like, and then on a lot of generals just around 10 to 12k or something like that. So that hurts, but it takes 2.5 seconds to charge, and I think you have to be fully vertical standing, so you can't get any benefits from crouching, and you can't get any benefits from just being prone to charge. So there is that negative to it, and you don't have any resistance. So kind of the thing I see a lot of people doing is just trying to get that off most of the time so far, which might be a mistake. Is that a stagger? If that was a stagger in one shot, that is OP, dude. Yeah, that looked like a stagger in one shot. Now the missiles, I don't see people using much either. Right there was the child funnels hitting from the side. Pretty good. They look like they do decent damage. I mean, we were able to destroy a base with like 3 of them pretty quick. So that was really nice. So this thing does do decent damage to bases, and it just has damage output for days. Missiles, as you can see, they're staggered about 4. I don't know how many they shoot. I'm guessing it's probably like 8. So maybe 6 even. But that looks pretty good to stagger somebody with those missiles. I mean, compared to most suits, that's a pretty solid thing for a support to stagger somebody with. So I would definitely be using that more. I hardly seen anybody try to use that or the main hands to stagger me while I was a Cubile just running at them with a sword out. So that was a little odd. Maybe just people just jumping on playing a support that aren't used to needing to do that, but you always, when a raid sees you, you're always looking for any kind of stagger. So it looks like you got a nice shotgun beam with your hands, you got the missiles to also break maneuver armor, you have a ton of damage with that, and when you get low, you have, okay, and that's all for that, but when you get low, you have full power tackle, and you have the psycho field. So apparently, automatically activates when the unit falls below HP. Extended time until... okay, cool. Oh yeah, so it takes longer for somebody to lock onto you, I believe, is what that does. kind of like the O. And then, in addition, it mitigates the damage received from range attacks and reaction generated. So you pretty much have shock dampener when you're in that mode, which is really nice because you also get this. So normally you'll have just a normal stagger, but you can actually heavy stagger somebody to a knee with your tackle, meaning after you tackle, if you have your melee, you could technically downswing somebody probably. I think you have enough time to do that before they could dodge roll. So that's kind of interesting that you could get off a tackle into melee if you're low. Even you could get into some other kind of stun setup or whatever. Yeah, so you can actually use your tackle for big things when you're low, though. That's the problem. You have to be low health before it actually works. I was not seeing anybody take advantage of it, maybe unintentionally, but there was nobody, like, when I was a raid running at them, they could have tackled me, pulled back, and then try to, you know, get some kind of other stagger, or maybe try to set up for another one. Looks like pretty good things you can do with it. So, really curious to see what this, you know, turns into in a week or so once people start learning it more and getting used to it. I think this thing has potential to be the best support we've got. The only downside is it's missing, you know, kind of like a shield thing. It's big, and so it could suffer because of how big it is. And the C1 still might pull out, but I think we definitely have a competitor with this just because of the abilities that I think it has. The shotgun stagger with the hand is the main thing. Missiles in hands are great, and if you can get enough HP and defense to where you activate that super stagger, then you've got a pretty good setup to defend against a raid, because at that point you tackle them, they can't stagger you back because you're now shock dampener, and you can shotgun them, and you could downswing them or tackle them again. You know, you got a lot of resist to defend against it. Now they're going to do a lot of damage to you with their shots, so you got to stay close enough so you can actually get everything. But there's a good chance they're not going to be able to melee you even if they want to. So, moving on though, that's my guess with this suit. The pilot stuff looks pretty cool. Oh, also, literally that last thing I said, you have to have enough health to do that when it kicks in. But anyway, I need to move on. There's a lot here. So we got Shara's suit, which is cool. Sadly, I only got the helmet twice. Hopefully, I get it in my third 10 spin by the end of the week, or well, next banner essentially. Gallus J and Rigelgu level 3 was added, along with a level 3 Night Seeker 2. So that's pretty cool. The Night Seeker 2 kind of getting a slight buff essentially with how the marker works now. But Gallus J, Rigelgu. With that said, there is a banner for both the level 3s if you want to spin on that. Honestly, there's so much to spin on this, I would not do this. But if you really like those suits, there you go. This also I don't think is worth. There's a step up. I mean, the first step is free, so get your 50k DP. Cool. Have fun with that. And 10 probably useless suits. I don't think I got a single new suit, and they were all just 1 stars. Step 2 is a bunch of 2 stars, but if you go down to the actual list of suits, I definitely don't think the 3-star one is worth it, and I still don't think the 2-star is worth it. But I'll go ahead and show here. There's a couple of suits that are not in. So here's the 3 stars, but we're going to keep going. Actually, was that a Cubile? That's kind of cool. Yeah, Cubile's in there. Oh, and the Geymalk is technically in there too. So it looks like, wait, is this the current lottery? Or, oh, whoops, hang on. Nope. Ah, this right here. There we go. Sorry, it didn't automatically go to it. Okay, looks like we have the cavalry in here. I don't know if the Zeong's in the DP store yet, but that's the problem. A lot of these you can just get from the DP store these days. And most of these, if they're not in the DP store, they're going to be going quick. And yeah, there's a few that's definitely not in the DP store, but there's so many that are, that you're kind of wasting your spins on it. And the chances of you getting something that's not in the DP store is pretty high. Now, of course, some of these suits take ensign rank just to even get. So I guess that's kind of the pull to it. But I don't know, that doesn't feel right. But like, for instance, you need like the Goof flight test type is amazing. The cavalry is in here. That's also not in the DP store. So there's some okay stuff here, but again, there's a lot of this, a lot that is going to be in the DP store. So you're really, really banking on luck if you're going to try to get something that you just can't buy with a little bit of time. Now, again, I do get it for some of the 3-star suits. That's a lot of bit of time. But again, you're risking getting a lot that doesn't even take that much to actually get. Some of these are still in the majors, not majors, sorry, the Master Sergeant ranking just to even get. And that's even before Ensign. So, yeah. I mean, you're talking 1 to 3 months kind of thing. I don't think this is worth it at all. If you are spending for it, it's because you want to get the DP to probably buy the suit you're going to get. Because it does give 250k DP at step 2 and 500k DP at step 3. Honestly, the DP is what you're really rolling on for that. The suit, you're probably going to get garbage. But if you get lucky, cool. Let me know in the comments if you get lucky and get something crazy. But I don't think that's worth it at all. This is really cool, though. And see, that's what I'm saying. There's so much more cooler, like, step-ups. Now, this is lasting a little bit longer, though. I think the other one might be lasting a little bit longer too. So check the dates on all of these because they each last a different time frame. I think this one's also going into right. Okay, I'm not seeing a date that it ends. It's still saying February when they're starting it, but March 4th maybe. Yeah, there we go. That might be it. March 4th, March 3rd, something like that. So again, check the dates. Make sure you're not gonna miss some of these based on your tokens. But you get a 11th suit. They did this last year. That's how I got my level 2 MLRS, which was really hype. Sadly for me, I only want the Bawu and the Palace Athene. I don't have the level 1 Ashimar, Bawu, Palace Athene. I don't think I have the level 1 Kaplan either. I definitely don't have the Zeta. I might have the level 1 Hama Hama, and I know I don't have the Gaply. So there is definitely a lot of suits that I could get out of this, but I want the new support so bad that I'm just going to go for that. Palace Athene, though, is great now. After the buff that it got, it's pretty sexy of a support, just saying. And the Babu is definitely the best support or best raid we got right now at its cost. So, and I've been seeing the 651 a lot doing work. And a lot of these suits are just fun. Gallus J was fun to play. Ashimar was fun to play. They're not bad by any means. Gaply, I see some people that do crazy work with Gaply. I really want to get it and try it because there's some people that just destroy with that thing. Hamahama's definitely gotten better with that health buff. Rabi is great. It's a great raid. I just got to get used to the Sea Serpent more. Zeta is definitely top tier. Sadly, double Zeta, even though I got a buff, still pretty meh. I think it needs one more step. Gaplant, having that range buff, definitely better. Sorry for all the beeping, guys. But yeah, oops, mistakes were made. So anyway, here we go for the bonuses. I thought we were getting this all at once. I thought this would be crazy to get all at once, but they're doing a 10-day thing. So I don't get to spin on the Geymalk for an extra one just because of this. Because it's happening login day 10, we get 30 tokens. But here's the list. So first, it's the Mark II, day 1, day 2, Hyakushiki, day 3, 300,000 DP, day 5, mechanic tickets, 2 stars, so silver tickets, 150, 3-star tickets, gold, 150 on day 7, day 9 will be 300 recycled tickets, and then the 30 tokens on day 10. So if you miss like a day, you should be able to, I think it goes long enough. I think that's also going to like March 10th. I'm not seeing it here right now, but it definitely has a decent length on it. I know it says it in game. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just look in game for that one. I don't want to give out a date. That could be wrong. I don't want to catch anybody off guard, but it's definitely lasting into March for sure. And looks like they give a leeway for possibly missing a date or two. But again, check that date just to be sure. Moving on, we have the new pilot support campaigns. They're doing 4 different things for new pilots, which sadly veteran pilots don't get, which is weird. But I kind of was hoping we'd get everything, but we don't get everything. We get some of it, but not everything. Start dash. So literally when you start a new account, and this is what I'm going to do because I want to see what this is. So I'm going to start this. So only available during the first week of play. So I thought they were talking about having stuff for veterans too, and I thought this would have been included. But so like we just get it this week and then it would disappear. 100% drop rate of crates, which is fantastic. 5 times the rewards of everything. DP, XP, and CP. That's crazy. 3 times the tickets, so 9 tokens rather. 9 tokens a day. That's insane. So right now, if you're a new player, you could technically do this entire step up. Now, it seems like the step up would be limited time, and I don't know if this is going to be the new limited time 1, 2, 3 step up. So if this is the new one, this is worth for a day 1 player. Now, sadly, a lot of this, again, is in the DP store. But for a new player, this is a decent amount of suits, especially because there's 10 free 1-stars that you can get. And that DP is pretty awesome considering the part thing that I talked about earlier. So for a newer player, this could be actually really good. But that's about the only reason to get it. And that's definitely going to be something for people coming in, you know, like 2 weeks from now when most of these cool banners are gone. But if they keep all of this, and that's the thing, from what I understand, this is going to be kept for anybody that, you know, like if somebody starts 2 weeks from now, this is what everybody's getting. So there's these new missions, which directives, I kind of just scroll past it, but they're new starter missions. Right now you get an Akai, 100 recycled tickets, and a Gundam. Rip on the Gundam. Akai is actually really useful. The new base level 1 Akai is pretty awesome with the buffs that they gave it. I guess the Ag technically is a bit better, but still Akai definitely holds its own. And you can just get this. You do these missions, and they're pretty simple stuff that you can do. And the good news for veteran players is they retroactively get the tedious stuff out of the way. So if you've already done the training missions and already done like the PvE stuff, there you go. You get credit for that. Again, though, there's the tokens and stuff. There's that step up. I kind of talked about that. And apparently they're doing an even better token login bonus. Or that's the same thing. It looks like the same thing to me. Maybe I'm crazy. But they're doing, when you start out, you're getting either more tokens or about the same. And now, the suit that you get to spin on when you're a new player out of the 3 stars has now been upgraded to better suits. Looks like all 550s. Sadly, we got 1 space only. And I just wish you could use the suit on the ground as well. Because as a new, for a new player, they need something that they can play everywhere specifically. But GPO1, GPO3, GPO2 Beam Bazooka, GPO2 MLRS, the Geymalk Tetra, and the GPO4. So all really good suits. Again, even though the GPO4 is a good suit, I really think it would be nice to have all ground and space suits. That way new players have a more versatile suit that they can use anywhere, so that they can just play the game more, especially because there's a lot of these higher cost, and if their higher cost is on ground and they don't have a 650 suit, actually, well, these wouldn't be able to play then. So if there's a 600 room at least, then they could use one of these suits there. But if it's, you know, ground, then this suit wouldn't be a thing. But anyway, it's still a good step in the right direction. I think they should go ahead and update this one sooner. Like, they should change this out and put, I don't know, maybe a better suit. I feel like we should have a 600 suit at this point. It should be 50 down below whatever the highest cost is, I think. But, you know, at least it's a step in the right direction. Hopefully by the anniversary, they'll give out even more starter suits. That way there's some 500s and 550s in there, and they'll move this up to 600 or even 650. I still think they should try to give out 1 650 suit, 1 cost of everything to new players, just to catch them up. And everybody gets that generic suit when it comes out. I'm just saying. I think that would be amazing. Then they gave out a bunch of cosmetic stuff. So there you go. You can have Tinda's jacket, essentially. That's pretty cool. There's a neck thing and a little utility handbag. It's crazy that we got these this late in the game. And this camo looks awesome. I'm actually going to try it on a lot of my suits, see how it looks. But yeah. Really cool grid design or line design there. And moving on, we have the, okay, this is going over all of the... Okay, so this is just directives. So to complete the first one, it's talking about who you have to talk to sortie and stuff. There's a nice little tutorial here. I'm not going to go through all of this because it's just telling you step by step what to do. But it's here on screen if you want to pause and read through it. You know, talk to Tenda, do the first little training stuff, do an 8-minute simulator thing for the second one, and then sortie twice, and then you get an Akai, and then it moves on to the ticket one. Again, they're trying to explain the start dash. There are some limitations here, and it's weird how they kind of explain it, but again, it's not for veteran players. And if you end up with a penalty, though, somehow during that, you won't find any containers. So, oops. Also, I think everybody's getting the first 2 containers right now for 100%, and then after that, if you have like a platinum platinum medal, you have to actually find the rest of your containers currently. So that's kind of rip. And then we kind of talked about the suits. Already went over which ones they are. Then this supply depot. Again, apparently it's just straight up private level 1. Right out the gate, you can just buy every part now, which is fantastic. This is like one of the best changes ever for new players, or just anybody. I mean, there's people that I know that have been playing for months, but since they don't have the time to put in all these hours to rank up, I mean, they're around A, and they don't have firing program 4 yet. It's ridiculous. So now, there it is. That's amazing. 10 out of 10, guys. Please do this for suits, or at least crunch the ranks so that you don't have to be like ensign or major to get stuff. Anyway, moving on. We have the buffs we'll talk about. We have the previous buffs that we'll also talk about. There's one specific one. It's the goof. I just want to point out the goof, and we'll kind of go through the rest really quick. Penalty related, we have the penalty level 2. Apparently, they're making it more strict, and if you... and it will be... The rating value will be reduced. So, from what I understand here is, if you leave a game while you're penalty 2, then your next game where you would lose, like, say you're A, you would lose 6 points. It's going to be more strict, whatever that means. So you could lose 10 points your next game, or 15, who knows? So, like, there's a potential that if it's, like, 10 points total on your next game guaranteed, that would be, like, possible 27 if you got -7 on your next game. That could be insane. So, yeah, trying to get penalty 2. Again, I think this is a problem because if people have bad connections and it kind of puts them in penalty 2, that's really rip. And if they have bad connections and they can't get out of it, they've waited 5 days to play and they go to get out of it, but their connection craps out again on that day, and they just lose a ton of points, that's pretty rip. I'm just saying. So, anyway, hopefully they kind of try to work something out there. I know I've already ranted on it, but maybe they'll do a... separate the penalty system from just people leaving and it being automated. I hope that they just kind of make it to where they go through and do it case by case, but then give like a time limit. So if you leave, or if you dodge even, there's a time limit penalty that you just can't queue again. That's like most other games. I think that would be fine. And then the big penalties hit if you're found guilty of doing it, consistently, or you're raging, or you're doing whatever the reportable stuff is for. And I think they should save that for the penalties. That way, because I know a few people, especially a few people that have watched, that have been in chat, talking from Europe, and they've had bad connections. And, I mean, even here in the U.S., the infrastructure in the U.S. is garbage, so, yeah. Anyway, I used to have crappy internet till literally, like, 2 years ago. Moving on, though, we talked about all the suits here. Okay, let's take a look at the ticket shop stuff. Real quick, we'll cover these two over here. The BD2 and the BD3, sadly, at level 4, I think they've kind of fallen off. They've lost the power creep. And now at their lower cost, you can definitely use them. Maybe if this has been the only suit you've been playing for 2 years kind of thing, then fair enough. Have fun. But, yeah, there's definitely way better at the cost that they're at now. So, kind of rip, but they're in the ticket shop now. So, if you just have a crazy amount of tickets, have fun. The Marsai, being a 2-star, it should be pretty cheap in comparison to the other two as well. And In my opinion, it is amazing. The Fading Rifle Prototype Level 2 is also in the ticket shop. I don't know if I'd buy that specifically. Hopefully you have at least the Level 1. I know my weapon shop definitely grew this time around, so actually, well, most of them are repeats, so never mind. But anyway, the Mars Side Level 1 and 2, definitely good at Level 1. In my opinion, I think it's like a, Secret OP, Sleeper OP, whatever you want to call it. It is really good. You got the Sea Serpent. If you're using the Fading Rifle, you got a high damage, just burst shot that you can do. Now you have to charge it for 1 second, and it's only 1 second to get the stun. So you can follow up with if somebody does something. Other than that, you're going to have to play with Sea Serpent and play close. So that's kind of the downside for using that, because you don't have an insta-stun with the Marsai Beam Rifle. So if you like the Marsai Beam Rifle, you can do that. You can stun, go into Sea Serpent, then melee somebody and do your typical blue suit stuff. But I think there's definitely better that can do that kind of playstyle. The main thing with the Fading Rifle is you can also pierce. So if you're hitting generals, I mean, you can hit almost 4K on one shot. If you hit that through multiple people, you're doing a lot of damage. So I've definitely been pulling off some cool shots with it. Now, the main mistake I think a lot of people make is they try to play way too far back. So you definitely want to get in there because you got the Sea Serpent. You got to play close. And that's going to be your main source of stagger. And yeah, if you see a shot, charge it up, take it. But don't sit there for, 10 seconds waiting to shoot. It's got a 1 second charge. You can definitely get in there. And if your teammate's on somebody and they stagger them, you can definitely charge it and follow up stagger pretty well with this suit. Moving on though, we have the DP store stuff with the Geymalk Jaeger level 3 and all of its level 3 stuff. Sadly, I think this suit's kind of fallen off even at its base cost due to some power creep stuff. I really wanted to see them buff the base level when we saw it last month in the buffs and nerfs, but they definitely just buffed the 4 and 5. And, well, I mean, I want to see the 1 through 3 have a slight buff. I think they need it. Now, spoilers to what's coming up. It actually showed pretty well numbers at its level 1 through 3. So, pretty good numbers. Not bad. Not bad. But I just wonder if that's just the people who literally just play nothing but this suit. I definitely want to get back into this suit and start trying it more. Maybe it's still good and I've just moved on to other suits that I like. And that just have, like I said, I feel like other suits have power creep and more quality of life. But I want this thing buffed just because it's one of my favorite suits. I love this suit. I love Geymalks. But the thing is, they're just kind of awkward to play in this game for the most part. So, but yeah, there it is, DP store stuff. Hopefully it's not too high of a ranking needed to buy. And then we have Clan Match. So it'll be coming back. Actually, by the time you see this, Clan Match has probably already happened because they're doing it on Friday at the, 4 a.m. time. So kind of rip that it's just so short. I might make it tomorrow morning when I get up, but we'll see what happens. And if this video doesn't get out, then yeah, it'll be too late. But the good news is they're back and we'll continue on with the schedule. The problem is they don't really have the schedule on the website, so we can't show that off here. But we'll have them back on schedule and that'll be that. Okay, so again, for time, we're gonna just kind of skip most of these. I did not see anything too crazy, but I'll kind of scroll down. If you see anything, let me know in the comments what was interesting or what was game changing that I missed in these. Main things though, queuing as a group should be better because they fixed the clan queuing. So apparently there was an error too where, I mean, I'm sure if you queued with 2 or 3 people, you would get in a group and then suddenly the game would break and it would say like, well, somebody from the other team or whatever left, and you would ask anybody to leave and it's like, no. So it was due to like some connection conflict, and maybe it's fixed now. We'll have to see. But that's one that was pretty cool. They highlighted the cool ones for the most part. Here, I'll go back up just to show those, just in case you want to pause and read through some of these. The next one is oh, why I thought this was kind of funny. PS5, the reason why in the clan match they switched Resource Satellite to another map was because the base was in a different spot on the PS5. So they're having PS5 fixes as well as PS4 fixes. So yeah, kind of interesting. But anyway, now let's see. And we need to do the premium login bonus. Here we go. We'll go in and look at that. So now it's the Geplant week 1, the Barzam level 1 week 2, or not week 2, sorry, section 2 part of the month, whatever it is, second third of the month. And then the last third of the month is the Gun Cannon Detector level 2. Really awesome that they're giving out this suit. It's a great suit. 10 out of 10. Definitely top tier. It's got stuns for days. It's great at both levels, at 450 and 500 cost. I can recommend. It's fantastic that they're giving this one out as a essentially free suit. Again, you got to spend some tokens and do all of your things and make sure you get your containers through the month. And you know, because you got to get some recycled tickets. So normally your containers can give you recycled tickets. So again, a little bit of, if you're a veteran player, it's definitely easier to get this last one for free. But if you're a newer player, you're probably going to have to spend some of your tokens during the month. So hopefully there's a banner you really like during the month, and there you go. That should solve it. But I've been saying it's free. I just keep want to repeat myself till it makes sense, since this happens once a month. That it technically isn't, even though I've been like, yeah, man, I can't wait to get my free whatever each time, because I've been playing long enough that I just do 110 spin, and I normally get so many tickets. I can't. Yeah. Anyway, I was tilted with how many tickets I got yesterday. All I'm saying, if you go watch that VOD, yeah, it was pretty tilting. I did not get the new suit, and I got a lot of 2-star weapon repeats. Yeah, a lot of Gal carriers, lots of Gal carriers, nothing but weapon repeats. It was ripped. But anyway, normal adjustments here. Double Zeta went up. I still think it needs more. That's pretty much all enough said on that. Access went up. It feels pretty good now. I kind of like it. Dija, great. Actually, wait, did I skip over that? Gan Eos actually feels pretty good now. I definitely want to play it more. Dodge Custom feels good. Pell Rider feels good. That's the heavy ground. High Mobility VG definitely feels better. I think it needs still a bit more, to be honest. And the Goof. So there's a lot of things that went down. So short version here, they made 3 comments. One, they think because there was just a lot of people, it went from 6% to 35% play rate. So a lot of people haven't gotten used to it yet, so they're going to wait. Second thing they mentioned is essentially you can actually do more than just use your whip and do the new Vulcans. It's got a sword, guys. So yeah, they pretty much were like, the downswing on the whip, it used to have a combo where you side swung and then you went in for melee. You can still side swing, go in for melee, dash back, and then I think you can do a down whip, maybe. I don't know if you can do that full thing, but yeah, it's got a full combo. It's pretty cool. Definitely want to check that out and not fall into a trap of just downswing whip, and then go for a downswing melee at least afterwards. I see so many people just whip, and then they wait for me to stand up, and I'm like, yo, bro, there's my general right behind you, and then they get clapped. So yeah. There's a lot more combos. And then they said they took from rating A+ and higher and found out that everything went up for A+ and higher. They normally take this from B+ and up for these stats. I think since they came out with S-, they should just do it from A- now, because the player base has shifted a little bit. And I think some of that is kind of reflecting in these numbers like this. I do think they should keep it low enough, though, that it still catches a large amount of the player base. But at the same time, I do think it needs to shift. But this is some nice numbers to see, that out of like B+ and up, there's 35% of people playing the level 1 Goof now. It's great. Great buffs. I think it's fine where it is now. For now. I still kind of move toward the Agu guy. But so this could use maybe a tiny bump on something, but it's pretty close. It's definitely not bad by any means. Like it, I mean, honestly, it was before. It was kind of bad. Now I still recommended it because it's a nice starting forgiving raid. for anybody, but now it's a great suit that people can learn multiple combos on. So I even recommend the Goof level 1 for people wanting to learn raid even higher now. It is a great suit. Support, this is cool, went up. It was already a good suit. Kind of surprised we got buffs that early. Jaeger, I still think needs a bit more. Kind of rip with what they did. I think they can do better. That's only the level 4 and 5, but yeah. There's pretty much, I would bet they don't show it with the sortie ratio, but I would bet pretty much the people who play the Jaeger just are carrying that number up. But anyway, moving on, we have the actual patch notes. So let's go through these as quick as possible, and then we got a couple extra things to point out. And literally this is okay. That'll be a funny thing. So let's go through the patch notes here, and yeah, Zakutu Kai. Pretty much just to save kind of time here on this video, we're only gonna go through the main points. Everything's gonna be on the screen if you want to go ahead and look for the specific stats. But mainly they for Zakutu Kai, they upped the speed, turning speed. They gave it higher like shock absorber. Meh. Movement speed, left and right and backward movement. Melee combo, level 1 for level 1 unit. Level 2 unit shooting correction has been increased and higher from there. So it gained 5% damage each level from level 2 and up. And melee combat controller level 1 for level 2 unit. So apparently it only had 1 melee, now it's got 2, which is fantastic. I think they should do that for all the suits, and we need the basic GM, the Zakutu, and the Zaku 1. Please get some skills. Why are they just touching these? But anyway, I'm just saying. And the Fritz pretty much had the same problems, so they gave it a bit more damage for its combat correction, which I think that's melee actually, because this one is shooting correction. And increased the speed by 3. Turning speed, leg shock absorber went up, cool. Increased the movement speed from left, right, and back. And they gave it emergency evasion system, level 1, increased the... Oh! Whoa, that's big. Double dodge roll on a 300 general like that? I'm going to have to try that out. Fritz looking good. Ooh, that's a big defensive upgrade. That's one reason why the Goof VD, the Vish Donahue, is so good, is because it has double dodge roll. And I think this thing has a pretty big amount of health too. I'm going to have to try this thing now. Let's go. I don't even think I own one. I did buy it from the DP store. Let's go, dude. Slave Wraith, it definitely needs stuff. I was hyped to see it at first. I don't think this is what it needed. Fake Beacon, level 2. I don't know exactly what that does. Maybe it just increases the range or how close you can get to somebody before they figure out that you're not their teammate. 15 to 22 resistance for live ammo. Melee resist went up by 3 as well. And this is at all levels. Observational data link. So now you got the support skills so you can share info. That is actually kind of nice to have. That means you technically could play without a support. But I don't know if I'd recommend it. I mean, depending on how... I mean, this could be really cool. This could be really cool. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do here. Utilizing its high armor value, fake beacon, and explosive reactive armor. I didn't know it had explosive reactive. So this could be actually a pretty cool suit. But its victory rate was declining. So they did give it 1,000 health. I really want to see this. The fake beacon, hang on, increasing the level of the fake beacon whose friendly unit can be detected by radar has been expanded, making it easier for enemy units to misidentify them. And they gave it the observational data link, allowing them to share enemy hit points because you're pretty much looking at them. That does make sense. So it might have a place. It might have a weird place, but it might have a place. I kind of want to try it, but we'll see. DJ SER, I think was pretty fine. Now it has, I think that's damage control or offense system. Wait. That's the melee one, right? Offense system, so it can, yeah, difficult to stagger while it's meleeing. Okay, that's cool. So now I can get into melee better. And then it has fighting correction, so melee on level 2 went up by 5%. Zeku Ain's level 3. I love this suit. It gained more range in ASL for its Gatling. Let's go. I was afraid they're going to actually buff the damage. I think the damage is fine on this suit, but the range definitely was something I was kind of hoping it would go up a little bit. It was still pretty good anyway, so yeah. Main thing is, though, is they put 1,500 health on it. I don't think it needed that, really. I think the suit's pretty solid. I could have seen more utility stuff, but hey, if they're going to give me health on one of my favorite suits in general right now, let's go. I'm definitely playing it now. It's already pretty tanky. Raid types. Night Seeker 2 got an actual buff. The power has increased from 60 to 70 at all levels for the submachine guns. Range increase to 180. That's nice because they pretty much felt like they had no range at all. Increase the accumulated value of stagger, which is great if they can actually stagger pretty quick. I definitely want to try those out to see what they do. And they reduce the spread when shooting. So, you know, they just got a level 3 of this suit. I want to play the level 1 and try it. I think I got the level 1. I think I got the level 1 and level 2. But either way, I would definitely want to try it again. Hyakushiki. We're getting this for free, I think, tomorrow or the next day. They gave it 2,000 HP, which is huge. And they gave it... I gave it... Math. 9. There we go. Wow. Melee res. It's about time. Think. And 5 speed, and then level 2 for its beam saber has been increased to 2750. With its modifiers, it definitely needs that at anything higher. For sure. I even think it needs that at level 1. I don't know why, but I guess they're giving it more defense and stuff at level 1, so there you go. Amazing. I'm definitely going to try the suit now. It's got double dodge roll now. It's got more health. It's got more melee defense. So now, through you, Mark II, just one-shotting the thing. And yeah, I definitely want to try it. Yeah, Yakushiki, pretty good. Moving on to Dwaj. It gained another health, 1,000 health at all levels. They already upped the defense on this thing once, and now they're making it even better defensively. I got into this suit the last time they buffed it, and it was amazing, and I feel like it's going to do the same thing. So its Heat Saber got 100 more damage at all levels. Special Leg Buffer went up to 2. Unit Thruster Output level 1 was added, so it can boost even more, which is amazing. Maneuver Armor level 2, fantastic. Thank you, because that's damage reduction 2. And Thruster went up by 5. Let's go, dude. And here we go, Goof Custom. I'm not going to read all of these because they're pretty much the same kind of deal at all levels. They just wanted to do different things depending on the level. So level 1, they gave it more part slots. So typically medium, long on everything. Pretty much went up for the 1, 2, and 3. Speed has increased on everything. Thrusters has increased on everything. Maneuver has increased to level. Maneuver armor has increased to level 2 on all 3, 1, 2, and 3. Because they increased the 4 and 5 way back. Then it got beam resist on the level 3, and it looks like both live and it says armament resistance to. I'm guessing that's both. It might not be both, but either way, all the defenses went up, all the movement speed went up, all high movement speed went up. It looks pretty good now. I did play against one. It definitely felt like it was taking a few more hits instead of just dying instantly to me playing the Goof Flight Test type. So, pretty cool. Goof Custom might be something to try, levels 1 to 3. I know Goof Custom players are rejoicing right now at those buffs. Because that's more parts for a lot more things, actually. That's a pretty good deal for some of that. Now, I don't know what his melee resist is, but definitely getting the range defense is nice. And support, we got the Zaku half cannon. Surprised they're doing it so early, but we get 2,000 HP, which is just amazing. Fire correction, 5% damage. Let's go. High performance radar going from 1 to 3. Yes, please, because that Gatling's so long, you can just sit back. Nice having that. And increase the accumulation value of stagger for the big gun. Because you only have half. I think it was actually accumulating at half. So I don't think I could actually stagger somebody with it. So now it feels definitely, hopefully it feels better now. And hopefully it's like a normal stagger value for the normal big gun. Even though you're only shooting one instead of both at the same time. But there you go, guys. That is the patch notes. We went through it pretty quick. As quick as possible. here is the other stuff that they added, the cosmetics, but they also have this nice little thing. If you go around, you can see the little art next to each character. They're really cool. You have Big Boss over there for the PvE stuff, and the clan guy apparently likes cats. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. We went over that. Real quick, just as a little quick bonus, because I thought this was really cool. If you're in Japan, or yeah, from what I can tell, you have to be in Japan to have their actual account. So I'm pretty sure this is just for JP. I really want this, though. I really want in on this. I'm just saying, full 4K box set for the Gundam movies. Oh my gosh, dude. So they're giving that away to 3 people. Then they're giving away 10,000 yen and just to 7, 3,000 to 90, and some of these samples. So if you're in Japan, good luck. I really wish this was to everybody. If somebody knows a way to somehow enter and technically not be in the country, let me know. I really, this would be amazing, dude. That's so pog. And then these art illustrations, postcards that they would send out. Pretty cool. And then there's all the stuff. So if you're in Japan, I'm just going to kind of slowly move through this and let you look at it. I really think that's pretty awesome. And now the last little page that they have also, which I'm guessing is also a Japan thing, looks like you can take a survey and let them know what you think about the game. And I wish they had an English version. I'm hoping that Bamco will actually have a English survey that we can take and kind of answer some stuff from the NA side of things. If they don't, that would kind of suck, but hopefully we get one as well to do a questionnaire, because I definitely have a lot of opinions. I'm just saying. But anyway, guys, big patch notes. Yeah, kind of knew this was going to take a while, so this might be actually uploaded after we do the podcast today. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that usual stuff in the description below. Let me know in the comments what you think about all of this mountain of a update. It's crazy. I wish some of the new stuff like the Start Dash went to veteran stuff. I thought there was going to be more for veteran players too, but it is really cool seeing new accounts. I definitely want to make a new account and see what it can do and how far I can push with it. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace!